Ebola is having an effect on the travel industry. Fears are growing after a nurse infected with the deadly virus flew on a plane a day before being diagnosed. A few airlines have even stopped flying to some regions as a result.
But a lot of people here, people who work for the CDC, they don't want to see this flight stopped. And the President Obama, is calling for Americans to use caution. He isn't in favor of banning travel to West Africa, a region being torn apart by this deadly virus. However, some lawmakers aren't sure about his decision.
Actually, the president has to very seriously consider the fact that we don't want people from infected areas to be flying into the country. But at the end of the day, it's a decision for the president. If he called me and asked me, I would say, you know, I think a ban at this point makes sense.
So what does make sense here? I understand why people would want to put a ban in immediately. It seems like the thing to do, but a travel expert, Mike Murphy, we have on the show all the time this year. I wanted to get your take on this, Mark. Good to have you here.
I think you ban those 3 countries and people from getting visas to come to the U.S. And I say that with great reservations because in the beginning I said no travel ban. But right now this is continuing to spread heavily in those 3 countries. Nigeria has it under control. They've snuffed it out in Nigeria. But Sierra Leone, Liberia, and Guinea have not. It's rampant. So stop the visas, right? People can still get in there, health workers and other folks.
Okay.
But that doesn't stop a big problem.
I'm going to turn you just a little bit here. Explain the president and the CDC people, they don't want to ban. I'll try to explain it the way I understand it. That they're at least monitoring the 150 people coming in from African countries every day in this country. And if you ban it, they might start lying and sneaking in. Okay,
so what they're doing is they're saying, we have people that are going to look at you when you come in, and we're going to go ahead and check things out to make sure you don't have a fever, et cetera. It's a 21-day incubation period. So with 21 days, you're not going to see anything in many cases until they're there. For the traveling public, they shouldn't be concerned about Ebola. And here's the reason why. Thomas Duncan, right? Comes in, he interacts with about 100 family members while he's contagious.
His fiance, I'm sure, was hugging and kissing him while he's sweating.
Exactly.
She didn't get it.
So think about it. So you've got all these people coming in contact. 22 days later, not one of them has tested positive. So, you know, we think about Africa and we put everybody in this bucket, right? Well, you can fit the United States, India, Eastern Europe, China, and other countries into the landmass of Africa. Yeah. Wow. And so when you really put it in perspective, it's like you being afraid in Maple Shade that something's going on in LA. Really? It doesn't. It's not rational.
That's so many miles in between. And what about just in general? Because I know I traveled this weekend. I went to Dallas. Yep. And there were some people on the plane who had masks. They had gloves. Is that really necessary?
No. No, if you listen to the CDC, they've made some mistakes, but the fact is it's not an airborne illness. It's not like SARS was. It's not like H1N1. It's very different. It's very hard to spread. Thomas Duncan is a great example.
I've seen a couple of people on flights, too, with those masks. I think they also could, I didn't talk to them. I think you can help with the flu with a mask over your face.
Absolutely.
And it is flu season.
But it's not going to help you with Ebola. Ebola, if it comes in contact with bodily fluids, that's how it's spread. As of now, could things change? Things could always change.
Well, it could mutate into an airborne virus. That would
so you got to watch it carefully. But here's another thing on travel to Africa. Yeah, so travel to Africa, by putting a ban on those countries, it tells the rest of the world that every other country in Africa is fine to go to for the most part. So these tourism destinations, South Africa, Botswana, Zimbabwe, Kenya, you name it, go ahead and travel there. Enjoy it. You'll probably get a great deal today anyway.
Yeah. Right? Yeah. Well, it's going to hurt the economies of those 3 countries, but do we...
Right. It is what it is.
Concerned about that?
What can we do?
Mark, good job.
Thank you.